Baseball season has arrived. My organizer optimizer file is operational. My main sheet is all set up. We are ready for you to come sign up and check it out. Come join our growing community of international users, enjoying a lot of success here. Our private member Discord boasts a lot of the top accounts on Sorare, paired with my own analysis and our tools for building lineups. Check it out. This is your Sorare Edge. I want to show you what you're getting at Sorare Edge when you sign up for the premium package. In addition to my MLB main sheet, NBA main sheet, if you sign up for the premium, you'll get our optimizer organizer files. And these are ever changing and improving. This year's baseball file is pretty spectacular. It pulls your gallery directly from the API on the Sorare site, puts it in spreadsheet form, lets you organize it, and then make your lineups with an optimizer tool. I'm going to show you how all that works here. So we have our username. We just set that in here. We're going to get the gallery for Mr. J. Briz. And the first time you use your gallery organizer, you're going to have to do the same authorization. It just allows the script to run in Google Sheets. Before you use it the first time, you'll have to run a permission. And it asks you for your name here. You just click on your account, advanced, go to recorded macros, and then hit allow. And since this is not a Google product, this is something written outside of Google, you have to give it permission first before it'll run correctly. It'll ask you if you want to include your common cards. Now, you repeat this process each time you want to update your gallery in the spreadsheet. If you sell some cards, buy some new ones, or if you just want to make sure your XP is up to date, you can do a re-pull and it will update everything for you. Do you want to include your common cards? If you play the common game, you say yes, and it'll start fetching everything from the API. When it's done, it'll tell you here with the dialog box, and you can see what it's pulled. Here's our raw data in this gallery update tab. And as soon as we get that, I'm going to click on my hitters tab, and we're going to move it over. So we just go right back up here to gallery update, copy players. It's going to put all that information into the sheet for us. It's going to delete what we have in here, and it'll put over the top the gallery for this particular user. And you can see it's mixed together. We have a sort feature. You can sort by total game week. And once you do that, you'll see your gallery sorted by scarcity, then by in-season or classic, and then by total game week, best to worst. And so let's say you want to make a lineup, but let's say he wants to make his best challenger lineup that he can. He only has a couple in-season limiteds. So the first thing you do is you go to optimize and you want to filter. And filtering is going to ask you what competition you want to play. So you get to choose your scarcity. For him, it's going to be limited. Then you get to choose your competition you want to try. It's going to be challenger. Hit select, and you're going to see eligibility pop up in this little optimizer column next to all the players that could possibly go into this lineup. 44 of them. So all his hitters, all his limited relief pitchers, and all his limited starters. I'm going to click on this Optimize Team tab, and we're going to go back up here. We're going to go to Optimize this time, and it's going to ask us a couple more questions about how we want to structure our lineup. What position do you want in the flex? Do you want a hitter? Do you want a starter? Do you want a reliever? Depending on whether it's a 3 or a 4-day game week, I think that makes a determination for me, but it's always up to you. You can choose to build these however you want. You can run multiples and see which one comes out higher. Let's say we put a hitter in the flex position. Then we have a dialog box that says use SP in RP spot. Well, if you have any guys that are starters but qualify as relief pitchers, they have that eligibility, you could check that box and it would force them into the relief pitcher slot. So let's say you have a Michael King classic card with relief pitcher eligibility on it and you wanted to use him in that relief pitcher spot, you could force him into that spot by clicking that box. For now, I'm going to leave it off. We're just going to hit optimize, and it's going to come up with an optimal lineup based on the cards in his collection for challenger. All right. When it's done, you get a little pop-up box, and you'll see it populate over here on the left. If he would decide to play this lineup, and he wanted to mark these players as used so they did not come up in future runs, you click this little box, script runs, and then when we go back to the hitters tab, you'll see them marked as used in challenger. And the next time you do a filter for the next competition, it will take the eligibles away from those players that are already used, so they won't show up in another lineup. So let's do that. We'll filter again. Let's do the all-star. Limited all-star. So we run the filter, the script runs, and you'll see these eligible, the word eligible, go away from all the players that he's already used in the challenger competition. Now we're only analyzing what we have left. All right, and go back to my optimized team. We're going to optimize again. This time it'll ask us for our parameters for all-star. Who do we want in the hitter spot, or who do we want in the flex spot? Let's say we want a starting pitcher in the flex spot this time. How many number of energized players. So this is how many classics you want to include in this lineup. If you put 0, it's going to only look at your in-season cards. If you put 7, it will take your best lineup, but you'd have to have enough energy to make that work. So if you have a certain amount of energy, let's say you have 75 energy, and you want to use it all in this competition, you just select 3. Again, you could force a starter who has reliever eligibility into that reliever spot if you wanted. I'm going to skip that. I'm going to hit optimize, and it's generated a team for us. And here's our team it came up with. Looks like it gave us 2 classics, 50 energy to make this lineup work. Let's say he decided he wanted to use this lineup. We mark the players as used, and when you go back over here, they're marked as all-star. And Gilbert and Joe Ryan. The optimizer has every competition and every scarcity, including common. You can actually run daily games through here too if you want. And let's say you added a new card, or you sold a card, or it's just been a week, and you want to make sure that your card bonuses, your XP bonuses are up to date. You just go back to your gallery update tab, hit that gallery update again, and you'll see it populate into here. And as soon as that is done, we can copy them back over and start over. And when you repopulate it, it'll clear out your competition column. We can sort by either total game week, daily swing, or daily derby. So the totals are with your card's bonus, and the ones to the left of the bonus are just the raw projections. So let's try a daily swing. So I had it sort by daily swings. You can see it in order. And then we need to go to filter, tell it which competition we want to try. Let's do a common daily swing. And again, when it's finished, it will put the eligibles next to these common cards now and leave the limiteds out. Let's go see what it makes us here. Optimize. For daily swing, I like starting pitchers in my flex position, and he doesn't have any eligible SPRPs right here that can go in that reliever spot. So you'll get this little message here. All right. So he only has 1 starter today, so obviously we're not going to put Joe Ryan in that flex spot with a 0. We would rather do a hitter. So let's do it again. This time we'll put a hitter in there. That's better. And then, of course, if you decided that this was the lineup you were going to go with, you could mark all those guys as used. And when you've been up here, they would be marked. And when you ran your filter the next time, it would take away that eligibility. So that's great, but how do you get the numbers? Well, the numbers are imported from my main MLB tracker. And this is something I have been putting together. I put together last year for last season. Had a handful of subscribers. Use it all season, had a lot of good success with it. We've tweaked a few things, we've improved, and now it looks like this. A lot of tabs, but only a couple that you really need to focus on here. We have a looking ahead tab that looks ahead to game week 3. It'll be looking ahead to the next game week as soon as the previous one locks. Gives you an idea who you might want to take a look at before the next series starts. Beat the procrastinators to the market. You have your game week hitters tab. This is ordered by game week projection on lock days, and it is ordered by daily derby on non-lock days. Today is a Tuesday, so I have it ordered by daily derby. We have a game week starting pitcher tab. I go through each morning, once in the middle of the day, just to make sure there aren't any changes. See who's starting today. Today's starters would go in daily derby and daily swing. This pitching tab on lock days would be ranked by game week projection, and on non-lock days would be ranked by daily derby. Relief pitchers, I look at how many games a relief pitcher would have over the course of a game week, and I come up with a max projection. So we're looking at a ceiling projection for relievers. Obviously, they don't always reach that. A good indicator of what someone would be capable of. Obviously, we're going for podiums, so we want the highest possible score. And then we have daily swing. And daily swing has a special scoring system sometimes, so these will be a little bit different from time to time. I have 3 tabs called DS hitters, DS SPs, and daily swing relief pitchers. And these just edit the scoring system for whatever the parameters of daily swing are. Today, it's a plus 30 for a hit by pitch. So one guy sticks out amongst the crowd here. If you were quick, you saw it. These are our daily swing starting pitchers. Obviously, this scoring system was altered as well. One guy above the rest. For relievers, normally I can edit the scoring system, but my relief pitching stats don't include hit by pitch, so I don't really have a way to do that. We look at game week factors each week. Depends on how many games a team has, who they're playing, how good the park is for hitters or pitchers, how good the opposing pitching staff would be. And then for pitchers, I'm looking at how much the opposing team strikes out and how good they are overall as hitters. And we come up with percentage points that we add or take away from projections based on the matchups. And all my stats import over on the far right side in some of those tabs, but we get stats based on the last 960, 480, 240 days. These are past performance data, RotoWire and ATC projections preseason. Now this is per at-bat, and then we can just estimate number of at-bats in a day or in a week and come up with our projections. As soon as we're like a month into the season, I'll have 3 more periods to add, but it takes a little while for stats to normalize here, probably about 100 plate appearances. So we're going to wait till we're a little bit further into the season to add those. But when we do, we'll be able to pick out who the hot hitters are as they're getting hot and use that to our advantage. A lot of great tools here. You get access to this sheet as a viewer as part of a basic membership along with Discord access. We have some of the top players in the game here in our Discord. We have a Post Your W's channel where we cheer each other on, show you some success we've had already. Looks like yesterday we had a first place finish in limited daily game. Game week 1 was good for us. People winning good cards, some money, and congratulations to Zuba, of course, who took down both the Unique Champion and the Super Rare All-Star in week 1. I also have videos I make previewing the upcoming game weeks before we get there, giving you a little advantage on the field. So check the show description for my Patreon. Go there, sign up for free. If you decide you want to add a paid subscription, $5 will get you the main sheet access in the Discord for both NBA and MLB. $10 premium membership gets you all of that, plus that wonderful API organizer and optimizer. And of course, you get to join our growing Sorare Edge community. Thanks for checking it out. Hope to see you soon.
Want to dominate? Unleash the power of Sorare Edge. Optimize, strategize, win, win, win. Patreon link in the description.